Today we are going to talk about the film Orphan First Kill. It is released in the year 2022. This film is a prequel to the film Orphan, which came in 2009. And the story of Esther is shown in this film. Where did she come from? At the beginning of the story, we are shown Estonia, 2007, where a woman Anna was going to Saarinen Institute. This is a psychiatric institute. She came there to work. Then it is checked at the gate. Then here comes the doctor who tells him all the rules. And then a man comes running over there and tells the doctor that Lena is not in his room. The doctor raises the alarm and tells everyone to hide. Anna asks him, who is this Lena? So the doctor tells her that a 31-year-old woman with a rare hormonal disorder called hypopituitarism gives her the appearance of a 9-year-old child, and that is very dangerous. He sends Anna to a room and asks her to hide. And in the same room, there is a little girl who was drawing. Anna asks her what she is doing, then the girl shows her drawing. And she was surprised to see that he had made her, and asks her what is her name. She tells him that her name is Lena. Hearing this, Anna gets very scared and Lena is about to attack her. But then doctors and security arrive there, who catch Lena. The doctor tells Anna that Lena is very dangerous and very smart, which takes the form of children and enters the family, and after that destroys the whole family. She knows how to do the makeup very well, so that she changes her look. While Lena is taking painting classes here, Anna keeps an eye on her. And then when Lena points to her patient, she goes to attack there. But the ward boy catches her so that she is unable to attack him. Lena had trained that crazy woman like a dog, and she used to attack people at her behest. When Lena is in her room, a guard monitors her, goes to her and tells her that he has brought a gift for her. He gives a dress to Lena, which she likes very much. Lena tells him, why don't you come inside? She wants to do something for him. The guard opens the door and goes to Lena, and then Lena hits his head on the wall, which leads to his death. She immediately puts her clothes in a bag and walks out with his card. And with the help of that card, she opens all the gates so that she can run away from there. Then a guard sees him, then he goes to catch him. But she orders that crazy lady to kill that guard. Then that lady pounces on him and kills him. Lena then walks out and Anna finds him in front of her. She gets terrified seeing him. And by the time she went out, Lena had disappeared from there. Anna immediately calls the doctor and is shocked to see the CCTV footage. The doctor tells him that it is very difficult to catch him again. Anna hears this and tells them that she can't continue this job, and comes back to her home after resigning. When she is opening her gate, the trunk of her car suddenly opens. Due to this, she is surprised, and when she goes there, there is no one there. She closes the trunk and opens the door of the house where she sees Lena. She attacks him and kills him. After that, she goes to his house and cleans herself. Then she starts seeing photos of some missing girls so that she can remain in their form. She sees a picture of a girl named Esther who disappeared a few years back, and she looks exactly like her. She dresses up like Esther, and after that, she goes outside the police station. When the inspector sees him and asks, who are you? Then she tells him her name is Esther and claims that her parents are in the United States. Esther's parents' name is Alan and Tricia, and they have a teenage son, Gunnar, who used to play fencing. Alan was a painter in Darien, Connecticut, and they were very wealthy. Just then a policeman comes to him and tells him that they have found his daughter. He gets happy hearing this because after 4 years his daughter was found by him. He sends Tricia to Moscow to bring Esther. She is overjoyed to see Esther and hugs her. After that, he takes her in his private jet and leaves for his house. Tricia shows him Alan's photo and tells him that this is his father. And then Esther's heart falls on him because he is quite handsome. Tricia also shows her a picture of her brother Gunnar, which makes Esther happy. And when Tricia shows her mother's picture, Esther tells her that she wants to meet Nanny. Tricia tells him that her grandmother had died 5 years ago. And at that time Esther was also present there. So how could she not remember this? When they reach the airport, Tricia takes off Esther's hat. And after that, she starts to organize her hair. Then Esther grabs her hand and tells her not to touch her any longer. Tricia feels bad and she takes him to Alan, where Alan and Gunnar become very happy to see him. After that, he takes her to his house, which was quite luxurious. Tricia takes Esther to her room and asks her to rest. The next day, Tricia takes Esther to a psychiatrist because they had to find out where she had disappeared. The psychiatrist asks her what happened to her. Esther tells him that she is not comfortable telling him all this right now. Seeing her parrot, she calls his name and tells them that she is very cute. Her psychiatrist is shocked and asks Tricia to come inside. When Tricia enters, Esther secretly listens to them. Tricia tells that Esther's behavior is completely different. For years ago, she did not have a parrot and she had another bird whose name she called Hearing this, Esther gets very angry, and only then does she interrupt them. When Esther reaches home, her father takes her to his studio, where he had made many interesting pictures. Esther is overjoyed to see this, and tells her that these pictures are quite different. When Alan turns off the lights, those pictures start glowing, and he tells Esther that this is his new creation. Esther tells Alan that she wants to make a picture of him too. Alan sits in front of him and she starts making a picture of him. At night, when Esther is changing clothes in the washroom, her mother comes to meet her. There she finds a diary of hers which she wants to see. Then Esther comes over there and tells her that it is a private thing, so she should not touch it. Esther snatches the diary from her and tells her to come inside by knocking on the door from now on. Tricia finds this very strange of her and she leaves from there. After that, the four of them sit down for dinner and Esther calls Mom for the first time. Tricia likes it very much the first time she called her mom. Just then comes Inspector Donnan, who had come to tell something about Esther. Esther goes to get water by making an excuse and starts listening to them. Inspector Donnan tells him that he has come here to check on Esther, and sometimes he suspects that maybe this girl is not Esther. Then when Esther comes there, they change the topic. At night, Esther steals a lot of jewelry from their house, and after that, she decides to pack the bag and run away from there. She walks out and looks at Alan's studio where he was working on a picture. Esther is now in love with him and wants to have him. That's why she decides that she will stay here. The next morning, Tricia is running, so she sits in one place and looks at her daughter's picture. He sees some differences between the present picture and the earlier picture. He starts feeling that perhaps the girl who has come to him is not Esther. At night, Alan gets ready and his wife asks him where he is going. Alan tells that today he is very happy because her daughter is back. And in this happiness, he wants to take her on a date. His wife agrees to go on a date, and before that, they start getting intimate there. Esther secretly sees them and gets very angry. That's why she tears Tricia's dress so that she can't go on a date. When Tricia's eyes fall on her dress, she is surprised. Alan tells him not to worry and put on another dress. He will definitely go on a date today. After that, both get ready and leave to go on a date. Esther and her brother Gunnar are alone at home. Esther asks her brother what will they both do now. Gunnar calls up friends and invites them to his house, and all of them together start partying there. When Esther comes out, Gunnar tells her to go into the house, but Esther abuses him, which makes his friends laugh. Just then the inspector arrives at their door, then Gunnar receives him. Inspector asks him where are his parents. He tells her that both of them have gone to dinner. Inspector asks him if he can use his washroom. Gunnar calls him inside and sends him to the washroom. Then Inspector Donnan goes to Esther's room on the pretext of the washroom, where he steals a vinyl record that has Lena's fingerprints on it. Esther sees all this and she follows Inspector Donnan to kill him. Here Alan and Tricia reach their house. So Tricia goes to Esther's room where she hears the sound of water flowing in the lavatory. So she thinks that maybe Esther is taking a bath. Now she finds Esther's diary there, so she opens it and starts reading it. She sees that the girl is not Esther but someone else, and she is 31 years old and she is pretending to be a little girl. Tricia also gets papers from the Sarn Institute, by which she understands that Esther is a complete psycho. Inspector Donnan tries to match the fingerprints in his records, but they do not match the fingerprints as she was not the real Esther. Then Esther comes and stabs him from behind. Inspector Donnan tells him that his truth will be known to all, but then there comes Tricia who shoots and kills the inspector. Esther asks him why he did this. Tricia tells him that I know you are not Esther. Esther is dead 4 years already and she was not killed by anyone but Gunnar. If Alan had come to know about this, he would have thrown both of them out of the house. That is why he hid this thing from Alan and hid Esther's corpse somewhere. And he lied to Alan that she was kidnapped. Tricia tells Lena that she has come at the right time. Alan is very happy to see her and he considers her to be Esther. And she also does not want anyone to know her truth. So both of them will work together so that both of them will be happy. Esther agrees and they both dispose of the inspector's body. Tricia goes home and she tells everything to her son. Her son tells her that this girl is completely psycho, so they should not let her stay in the house. Tricia says that she has no option. Alan thinks she is his daughter and doesn't want her to be separated. Tricia also tells him that she will kill Lena at the right time. The next day, Tricia prepares Esther for what she will say in front of the psychiatrist. She tells him that the psychiatrist has called the whole family there, so that she can find out whether she is the real Esther or not. She tells him all her childhood memories of Esther. She remembers and says the same things in front of the psychiatrist. His psychiatrist thinks that he is the real Esther. That's why she signs her report papers and passes them. All his friends come to meet Esther at night. That's why Trisha prepares him and tells him to behave in the best way possible. When everyone meets Esther at night, they are very happy. After some time, Esther goes to her room when Gunnar comes to meet her. He tells her that he knows she is not his sister, and the way he killed his sister, he will kill her in the same way. Gunnar tells him to follow her orders and he tries to force her, but Esther slaps him and drives him away. Trisha mixed poison in the dinner. Esther does not feel like eating that day, so she tells her father that she will not eat. Trisha asks him to take his food and go to his room and finish it there. When Esther goes upstairs with that food, she gives that food to her mouse. Just then Alan comes over there and tells Esther that he wants to walk downstairs with her to show her his new painting, which is about to be in the exhibition. Both of them go to the studio and make paintings, where Esther tries to get closer to her, but Alan feels it only for the daughter's love. That's why he leaves from there. Seeing this, Trisha comes over there and tells Esther that Alan can never be her. When Esther wakes up the next day, she finds that the rat had died after eating food. This lets him know that both of them are plotting to kill him. That's why she conspires in reverse to kill them. When Alan and Trisha come down, they see that breakfast is already ready, and Esther looks into the kitchen, which is cooking. Alan gets happy seeing this because now her daughter knows how to cook. Esther gives Trisha her drink, which is her favorite. Trisha tells her that she will make the drink herself. Alan forces Trisha to drink it. She takes a sip from it and throws it in the wash basin. And then she sees that inside that drink is the body of that mouse. Seeing this, she understands that last night's food was eaten by the mouse, which had died. After that, they all go to the railway station to see off Alan. Alan was on his way to interview for a gallery with his painting. Esther sees a train approaching there and tries to push Trisha and Gunnar over there. But then she collides with a man, which ruins her plan. After that, he leaves Alan and starts leaving from there. Esther then snatches Trisha's purse. Gunnar tries to stop her, so she sprays her eyes. And after that, she starts running away from there by sitting in the car. She feels that now she will drive far away from here. But Trisha informs the police, so the police follow her. Esther is caught by the police, and the police call Trisha to ask her to take their daughter. Trisha brings him back home, and both the mother and son try to kill him. Then Esther pushes them and starts running away. Trisha sends her son after him. Gunnar pushes her down the stairs, causing her to fall down, and they think Esther is probably dead. Just then Trisha gets a call from Alan, who tells her that he had received a call from the police. Trisha tells him that everything is fine here, so don't worry. He tells her that he is coming back home after canceling his meeting. Trisha tells her son that they will have to kill this girl soon. So her son goes downstairs and starts looking for her. Then Esther attacks him with a knife and stabs him to death. Trisha gets very angry when she sees her son's death. That's why she attacks Esther and starts fighting with him. Then their house catches fire and the whole house starts burning. Esther runs up to the roof and Trisha also follows her. Then both of their feet slip and they both are about to fall down. Then Alan comes there with a taxi and seeing both of them hanging, he goes upstairs. Trisha tells him that this is not his daughter, so she should save her life. And Lena tells him in Esther's voice, "Daddy, save me." Alan grabs Esther's hand and Trisha falls down and dies. When Alan brings Esther up, her teeth suddenly fall down. He gets shocked seeing this and asks her who is she. She tells him that her name is Lena and she loves him. Alan tells her that he doesn't love her. Hearing this, Esther gets very angry and she pushes Alan down. Due to this, he dies there. Now the police come there and they rescue Esther. Those people send Esther to the orphanage and consider all these as accidents. In the orphanage, a couple comes who adopts Esther. You will get to see the next story in the next part. With this, the movie ends here. How did you like this story? You must tell us in the comment section. The next part you will see soon on this channel, so be with us. Thanks for watching.